Hey guys, so this is the video that's going to help you install the little new mesh plates that I designed for the back right here, this kind of mesh system here. So the issue that I was having was as the litter was scooping, because of these, ignore this wide one here, but because of these, because of the spacing on this, some of the smaller, finer clumps, ones that may have been broken off when they were digging or moving in and out of the box, etc. They don't get caught, and what they end up doing is they actually get stuck in between here, or they get stuck behind here, and every once in a while I gotta come in here and pull on this, get them out to empty it out, or they just keep building up, and the next thing you know, I've got like a nice little pile of smaller-ish clumps in the back there. And while the normal thing is to probably just empty the waste into the bin, I find that inconvenient in regards to having to waste the litter in terms of constantly just dumping that out. You could hand sift it too, but you know, why not try to make this as automated as possible? So I designed two different styles. So this is the fine mesh style. This is about half the size of what the actual size is. Here, the spacing here is about 0.4 inches. So these are about 0.2 inches of spacing here. And then of course I've got the coarse size, and so this is more in line to like what is actually back there. And so you guys see it lines almost up pretty well. So this would be more for like your pelletized litter, your larger litter, granules, something that's not as fine or sandy like mine here. I use the Arm & Hammer Clump and Seal. It works great. It literally has no dust whatsoever, and I barely have to scrape any of my boxes, all the other boxes that I have. So this one would be more of like if you're interested in just kind of having an additional filtering on it. Gives it a little crosshatch pattern here to kind of hold on to it. And then this is for your finer litters, clay clumping litters out there. This will really help get all those smaller particles out for you. So in order to install it, hope that helps. Hope that kind of clears some things up for you guys here. I know a lot of people were trying to figure out why this was designed or what it was for. Again, this is totally optional. If your box is working the way you like it, it's filtering all the litter out, clumps out fine, there's no need to buy this. And unlike this seemed to be like a more necessity for everyone else's boxes out there, and the cat's throwing that. And I highly recommend the pedal too. That has caught any extra litter that has flung out from the super diggers that I have, where I have a wobble cat and he just cannot get his balance going inside this box. He gets in there, does great, but kind of clumsily falls out. And some of the tabs here that are broken on mine are because he literally just kind of body slams into this. And yet even with only 3 tabs on here, it's still not going anywhere, so that's pretty good. All right, so to install these, you'll get a set. You'll get a left one and a right one. I tried doing one giant single piece by itself. Unfortunately, I don't have a printer that big. I don't have a bed that's this big enough to print one giant piece out. Number 2, shipping would be a little bit more of a pain. It's a larger, longer item, so I'd have to get different size bags or boxes for it. So instead I broke them up, makes it a little bit easier to attach, and then what I would think is one solid piece. There's going to be 3 hooks on each side here, 3 hooks in the back, and there's going to be 2 on the other side that go in here. So these 3 hooks are going to go right about here in the middle of your box. You can kind of see mine are kind of spaced out. This is from all my trial and error of trying to get these to latch on properly. And then this outermost hook here is going to kind of come out here on the side, and this innermost hook is just going to fit somewhere in here, and it's going to snap on. And that kind of holds it up a little bit better in the bottom instead of kind of just hanging out here. So the easiest way I like to install these is you'll take this, the 3 hook end, you'll kind of slide it in there, and get a better position here. You'll slide it in there, and then what I do is I kind of tilt it down to where this hook clears this side just here. And then once that's down, I slide it. And so I slide it back up, and you can see it's kind of sitting in there, and then I just gently kind of push down here. You'll hear a little bit of a pop or a snap down there. That's that second piece that I added, or that 4th piece, 5th piece, whatever you want to call it. This one snapping in and grabbing onto one of these down here. Once again, just go ahead, I add those in, I kind of move it down until I can get this attached over here. And then I kind of just slide it up in there and then gently push on it. And that should snap into place there. And then there you go. And so now I've got this mesh stuff installed, or the finer mesh. I can show you how to scoop, but it does what it normally does, and it filters it out. You shouldn't have to take these off very often unless you need to clean back there or whatever. But as you can kind of see, ever since I installed these have been on about a week now. This is much cleaner looking, much less clumpy, so to say. And then likewise, if you want to do likewise, same thing with the bigger ones. If you want the bigger spacing, you just put it on, slide it down, and you kind of hear that pop there. So see how it kind of just snaps right on there, and you can kind of adjust it if you want. I know it's not aesthetically perfect here. Again, one giant piece would have been great, but the way this thing is curving down inwards and at the same time it's kind of curving around the side of the ball, it's kind of a complex surface here. So kind of why it took me a little bit longer to actually design this. Lots of trial and error going back and forth, fine-tuning adjustments. I tried trying to figure out how to actually take this whole plastic piece off, but I didn't want to break my box, so I gave up about a little bit into it in case you couldn't actually get it off. But again, and then to remove it, I just push down on this side, and you can kind of see when I did that last time, I kind of just push down. Well, it's going to make a liar out of me. There we go. And then kind of come out, and then that's easy to change out. I know. So they're available both in coarse and fine. I haven't found a reason to do the middles, intermediate, in between. It doesn't seem like there's too many issues with that. So again, this is the finer one, and these are the coarser ones. And this would be more for your pelletized pine, world's best cat litter, a corn-based litter, tofu pellets, newspaper pellets, stuff like that. Stuff that, I have too many cats and boxes to use that stuff. This stuff would be more of your fine sandy clay, Scoop Away, Arm & Hammer, Fresh Step makes those, even like your silica crystal type, boxy cat stuff. I mean, there's so much cat litter brands out there. That's just what I see in the store here. But yeah, there you go. This is how you install that. And then you'll have a finer scooping box there. And that's the latest addition or modification I've made to my box. So I've got my litter guard here. I've got my litter mesh system. I've also got the pedal support stands that are down here that kind of help reinforce this grading system. My grate broke almost right away, so this is how that works. And yeah, so keep up to date, keep looking out for future mods. I know a couple of people have requested it to me. The next one is going to be how to keep this bin or this pedal step to this without interfering, without cutting it. And I just came up with an idea yesterday, so I got to prototype it and get started on that. As you can see, I put mine on cardboard because I have carpet and the machine doesn't work without hard surface, and piece of wood here is not going to be, was just too obtrusive and whatnot. So that's the next goal here, is kind of figure a way to keep this together. It's a great system, but when I feel like the rubber feet just aren't grippy enough to really hold it. So I'm going to work on that next. I'm actually going to plan to do kind of a live stream through my Facebook page, Dynamite Design Lab. I'm going to do a live screen share, just kind of showing you guys how I design stuff. So look forward to that, or the replay of that, so to say. I'll find time sometime in the near future to kind of basically share my screen, and you guys can tag along and watch me design the next mod for this box, which would be holding this litter pedal on here without it moving around. And then after that, I honestly have not thought of anything else out there for mods for this. This has been a good box so far to work with, and it's been my first automatic robot box or litter box, so can't really compare it to any others yet. And but I do enjoy the convenience of not having to scoop every day. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Once again, that's how we install the litter mesh screens in the back. Please reach out through my Etsy page, through YouTube channel, Facebook page, whichever. If you have any questions, any ideas or anything like that, anything you want to see added or modified to it, I'd be more than happy to take a look into it, and we can go from there. And I'll see you guys next time, and hope you enjoy.